Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Hello friends, it's finally Friday. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Harrelson. Well, lots of weather to talk about around the state today, and we start near Roundup, where an emergency update was posted following a night of stormy weather and a morning of rain. The Musselshell River has reached flood stage in areas near Roundup and Shawmut. Crews and disaster and emergency services are notifying residents along the river to be prepared for a potential evacuation. We're continuing to monitor this situation and will bring you updates throughout the day online. And this was the scene in Roundup last night. Hail was piling on the highway as the storms rolled through. The hailstones were close to the size of lemons in some areas. One viewer tells us their home lost 6 windows to last night's storm. And this was the scene in Billings this morning after a night of thunder, lightning, and a whole lot of rain. Many of the city's roads looked more like lakes for the morning commute as water continued to pile up. Water in some areas piled up to over a foot deep. And the pattern continued on the western side of the state as severe storms rolled through. Hail pounded the area. In some places, it was close to 1 inch in diameter. This is a viewer photo out of Corvallis. We caught this downpour outside of our Missoula studio. The rain continued throughout the night. And Ed joining us now. Ed, are we expecting these storms to stick with us through the weekend?
You know, the good news is we're going to start to see them ease up, but we still got a rough road to go through today, Sammy. So let's take a look and see what's going on across the region. Here's where some of the heavy rain fell. You got reports from all over the place, plus the localized flooding we just talked about. As far as hail goes, it was really favoring southern Montana, extending into Idaho all the way into North Dakota, and even have reports of funnel clouds and tornadoes, particularly through Idaho and into North Dakota. A funnel cloud was reported around the Billings area as well. So as we get through the rest of the day, we still have areas where we have certainly some flooding concerns, but also severe weather into the eastern plains where things have already developed, and sunny and warm conditions build in on Saturday. But be aware that some of that flooding will continue. Closer look at the weekend forecast coming up.
Thanks so much, Ed. Well, a body was discovered on the train tracks in Wolf Point late Wednesday night. BNSF employees found a deceased individual on the tracks around 11:15. In a statement, BNSF says it believes the individual was crawling underneath a parked train when the train began to move. They say they are working with local law enforcement to investigate. BNSF asks people to use caution when around the railroad tracks. They say even a parked train can move at any time without warning. On to court news. The former Big Sky High School student accused of running from police after the school's resource officer shot his vehicle has been assigned to pretrial supervision. The assignment came from Judge Karen Townsend during a transfer hearing this week. The 18-year-old's defense is trying to get his cases transferred back to juvenile court. Prosecutors argue because of the nature of the offenses, he should be tried as an adult. Judge Townsend is still deliberating, but in the meantime, she says she would like to see the defendant, who is currently out on bail, under closer supervision.
I mean, I think he needs some supervision, and I'm inclined to order him onto pretrial supervision, following all of their terms and conditions that will monitor him for drug and or alcohol use.
The next court date has been set for June 19th. And after more than 43 years in service at the National Park System, Yellowstone National Park Superintendent Dan Wenk announced his retirement. He will continue his work until March 30th of 2019. According to a release, Wenk's remaining time at the park will include implementing the bison quarantine program and working with park staff to improve workplace culture. As superintendent, Wenk manages more than 2.2 million acres, a staff of 800, and an annual budget of more than $60 million. Wenk's career with the National Park Service began in 1975 as a landscape architect. He has served as the Yellowstone Park Superintendent since 2011. And the Montana Energy Summit wrapped up yesterday in Billings. One of the notable speakers, TransCanada CEO Russ Girling, who heads the company behind the Keystone XL pipeline. He said oil will begin to flow into the Keystone as early as next year. He says 20-year contracts are now in place with reliable producers that will keep oil flowing through the pipeline into the foreseeable future. Girling also said the pipeline project now has the approval it needs to cross 3 U.S. states and 2 Canadian provinces to transport tar sands oil from Alberta, Canada to the Texas Gulf Coast. As for the pipeline's impact on Montana, Girling says the project means as much as an $80 million windfall to the state, with $62 million of that in property taxes. And Senator Steve Daines hosted that summit. He says one of the takeaways was the overseas opportunities with Japan and Korea, as well as the demand for U.S. energy.
The more energy that we can supply to those critical trading partners, more of that comes from Montana instead of the Middle East, that's good for our economy, for our tax base, for our jobs, and frankly, for national security and the geopolitical security issues that we face right now with the challenges in North Korea and Iran. America is moving towards independence, removing that dependency on the Middle East. And now we have a chance to be globally energy dominant. That's a great position to be in as a nation, and it's a great position to be in for Montana.
Continuing in politics, Governor Steve Bullock is among more than a dozen governors who have signed a letter urging the White House not to change the rules for Title X funding. The new policy would force Planned Parenthood and similar clinics to change the way they do business or risk losing federal funding. Under the proposed plan, no abortions would be allowed under the same roof where federal dollars are used, and those practices would not be able to refer patients out for abortions. The governors say the new policy would interfere in the doctor-patient relationship and gut women's access to family planning services. The letter ends with the governor's pledge to work with state legislators as well as states' attorney generals to stop the rule. And officials with Helena Parks and Recreation are warning people about a mountain lion sighting on Mount Helena. Officials say the animal was spotted on the backside of the mountain near the Prairie and 1906 trails. Mount Helena and the rest of the South Hills are typical mountain lion territory. FWP leaders say it's rare for mountain lion to attack, but they say if you do come across one, it's best to give them a way to escape to avoid any confrontation. They say bear spray is also a good deterrent. Well, thank you for spending your Friday with us here on the Noon News. Coming up, several countries threatening retaliation after White House imposed tariffs go into effect this morning. All those details are coming up. And how storms could affect your weekend plans, that's coming up in Ed's full forecast right after the break.
You're watching MTN News with Samantha Harrelson, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Northern Ag Network. This is the Noon News on Q2, Montana's news leader.